Good morning, everyone. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself. Today we're doing a twin flame reading for the Twin Flame Collective. So welcome to the video. Thank you for being here today, because by listening to this reading, you aren't just a passive listener, you are actually a major and vital part of literally co-creating these readings along with me. Because wherever you are on the planet, whenever you are listening to this reading, energy doesn't recognize time or distance, so be sure to like the video and that you are subscribed to this channel, because by taking these two actions, by liking and subscribing, you are signaling to me that you are energetically present, and I'm able to pick up on that energy and channel more specifically for you and your twin flame situation. I'm going to start today with the Energy Oracle Cards deck. First, we're going to be channeling some of the general energies I'm picking up, or any kind of specific energy dynamic that's coming through right now. And then I will be channeling 3D, meaning more physically oriented messages from both the feminine and masculine side. And then from there, we will channel more higher self kinds of messages from the soul. If this reading does resonate with you, the link to the extended messages will be in the pinned comment under this video. What do twin flames listening to this reading need to know at this time? What is the general dynamic going on within the Twin Flame Collective right now? By the way, you guys know, if you watch my readings, I do often channel specific words through what I call my love word scramble. The words that came out were finger, and I instantly saw a finger or fingers with a ring or maybe multiple rings on them, the name Casey, and the word pine, which I associated with a pine tree. So those words will connect only with very specific individuals in unique ways. As always, I do channel many hyper-specific messages through these readings, so be sure to only take what connects with you personally. What is the general energy between twin flames on the planet at this time? Feelings of anxiety and potentially feelings of isolation. The anxiety card came out here, as well as community in reverse. Why is the Twin Flame Collective feeling anxious? What is this anxiety about? Who's feeling anxious, and why is this person anxious? I feel a little bit of a nausea or sickness in my stomach, so someone might be having a lot of stomach issues or feeling uncomfortable in the stomach solar plexus area. Strategy in reverse. Someone is feeling anxious because there's something to do with not being able to see the future, not being able to plan for the future within this connection. I see someone walking forward in the dark, not sure what next step to take, or if the next step is going to be there. I see someone just feeling so lost in their thoughts, like their thoughts are just spinning. So I asked in my head, though not out loud, what this situation was that couldn't be planned for, or it wasn't clear on how to move forward in this situation. And the cards to come out were Contract in the reverse position and Angel of Strength. I'm picking up on a divine feminine specifically, who is either within herself or observing within her twin some kind of karmic contract coming to a close. Those of you who watch my readings regularly know that these karmic contracts or karmic cycles can be what we consider karmic people, karmic relationships in our lives, even romantic people in our lives that can sometimes feel as though from an ego perspective that they are interfering with or blocking our twin flame connection. Of course, this is only the illusion of the ego. This isn't actually the case. Nothing can truly interfere with a twin flame connection. But other times, these karmic cycles or contracts may not be people at all. They could be negative patterns or cycles within ourselves. The reason I feel this is a divine feminine that is specifically feeling this strongly right now in the 3D is because this Angel of Strength card has the image of a woman on it, and that just really stood out to me. Also, it does have a lion on this card as well, and I instantly heard Leo, so someone might be a Leo or have Leo energy in their birth chart. In the extended version, I will be channeling specific information about what these karmic contracts or cycles could potentially be for both the masculine and the feminine. So if you'd like more information on that, that will be in the extended linked in the pinned comment. But I do want to know what this divine feminine who's connecting with this message needs to know right now. The words reach, wonderful, and frighten came out. I heard, it scares you, but keep reaching out for it anyway. Keep moving forward anyway. Portal, doors are opening. You decide. Rewards, wild card. What is this divine feminine deciding, or what is this door that she's walking through? What is this portal? I heard very specifically this period of time, physically speaking, of course, because time doesn't exist on an energetic level. There's something about this literal period of time that is kind of like some sort of a portal, meaning that it's like a chance to, I'm hearing, rise to a higher timeline or remain stuck. The card self-esteem came out here. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. This is really interesting because I'm getting the feeling from this reading that this divine feminine I'm connecting with is really at times focused on the love, romance, kind of external elements of this twin flame connection. And it's like from their human perspective, they are feeling as though in order to resolve whatever karmic cycle or contract has come up, or in order to move forward somehow within this connection, they need to do something related to the other person. This could be a myriad of things depending on your situation, but I'm hearing like, should I reach out? Should I do this? Should I move there? And it all has to do with their twin flame counterpart in the physical, but I feel spirit like gently guiding them here into realizing when we say that right now is a portal, the portal is them. It's not the other person, because of course your twin flame is a mere reflection of your soul. And I'm feeling this person they've probably intuitively felt this kind of way they're being guided to shift their focus from the external elements of this connection with their twin back to the internal experience of growth and soul expansion through developing their gifts in this world, the spiritual gifts they've been given, having the courage to continue stepping forward on their own spiritual path, because I'm hearing you need to remember how intrinsically and unbreakably intertwined your spiritual path and purpose is with that physical manifested love relationship component with your twin. Yeah, the card Fruition came out here, which is interesting because this came out in the last reading as well. And I've been hearing this card as like culmination point. So what is coming to some kind of a culmination point here, a fruition? I'm actually going to read a little bit about this card because I'm feeling really pulled to the guidebook. As the seasons turn, there is always a time when all the potential of the spring beginnings is manifest. The crops grow tall and are ready to harvest, and they have done this from a fallow field into which we have planted seeds. The trees have flowered, and now there is fruit to pick. It is time for the harvest. What is coming to some kind of a fruition point within this connection? The word ice came out in the word scramble. Also feathers. Someone might be receiving feathers as a sign. But with the word ice, I heard breaking the ice. So there could be some kind of a breakthrough. Okay, so the Magician and the Mirror reverse came out here. I'm laughing because this is one of the two cards in this deck that I most strongly associate with twin flames. Specifically, this card I associate with twin flames either having some kind of imbalance in their energy or coming into balance, depending on the position of the card. The fact that it's reversed tells me that something that has been out of balance is coming into balance. That's what I'm hearing. And with this ice word that came out, as I was saying, circling back to that message, I heard breaking through the ice, which could literally mean a breakthrough in communication with your person in the physical, but this could also mean like breaking through the feelings of coldness or hardness somehow. I heard like after the winter comes the spring. It's like I feel for many, either currently or recently, there's been a period of metaphoric coldness with their person where things have felt a bit dark. It's been potentially difficult to fully break through when it comes to communication, or potentially even within oneself. There's kind of this fear coming up, this coldness, this darkness, this anxiety that we spoke on earlier. But I feel like this is shifting into something different here. What is this shifting into? What is this coldness shifting into? I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. I heard connectedness from this card. It's like there's something here about divine connection with self and others. What is this shifting into? I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So this could be a time of grounding for this person, really focusing on caring for their physical body, physical environment, or the world around them. What is this shifting into? Service. I feel good when I can help others. I'm getting so much energy here of like a very still, grounded, kind of physically oriented energy, which makes me think I'm getting strong divine masculine vibes from these cards. So I want to see what is coming into balance here for the divine masculine, because I do feel that he has something to say here. What is coming into balance for the divine masculine? The world, expansion, opening up. I hear him saying, I'm learning to open up, but it's so painful. It's so challenging because it's unfamiliar to me. Patience, be patient with me, divine feminine. That's what I see this masculine saying. Why is it so difficult for this masculine to open up? What does he want to say about this? Why is it so difficult for this divine masculine to open up? Trust the timing. Once again, this card actually came out in the last reading as well. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. I feel like this is the higher self of the masculine speaking to the feminine here, saying, trust the timing, be patient. Trust the timing of my physical 3D self that is coping with a lot of fear, learning to expand, learning to open up. And the card Fall Into My Arms came out. Surrender, holding the opposites, extreme of life. What else does this masculine want to say here to the divine feminine? The words we, bell, I heard school bell for some reason. Someone might be a teacher, and the word trouble came out. And as I said the word trouble, the card change came out of the deck as well, which makes me think it's like I hear this masculine saying either we have a troubled past in some sense, or I have a troubled past in the 3D physical world, or there's been some kind of conflict in the past that is now shifting or being transformed into something else. This card says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And for some reason, I'm hearing like this movement could have at times in the physical been emotionally painful or confusing, because once again, I always say this, but healing is not linear. We have a series of ups and downs that ultimately leads to growth. The void, dark moon. This is the number 1 card in the deck, which stood out to me. You might be seeing the number 111 or even 1111. I'm going to read a little bit about this card. Your time to rest and reset is here. Release all that does not serve you. Stop resisting. The void is a time of possibility, not just darkness, guys. That is the line here. The void is a time of possibility, not just darkness. There is nothing to fear in letting go of negative patterns and habits, so let go of the old. I freely release what I no longer need. While the full moon, full attractive power, gets all the publicity, the dark moon, which I also heard dark night of the soul, which offers the infinite possibilities of a clean slate, is just as powerful in its own way. If you find yourself resisting the dark moon, it is usually a clear sign that you are being stubborn about letting go of something that is old and no longer serving you in a positive way. Often that is a fear or pattern that was created to protect you in some way. I felt that in my gut. A fear or pattern created to protect you in some way. There is some kind of self-protective, ego-based pattern here. And when I say ego-based, I don't mean this as like a negative judgment word. I mean, there is something being cleared out for this masculine through this period of darkness, coldness, potential confusion for both him and the feminine that is allowing him to open up by releasing some kind of pattern within him of fear that comes from a very deep-seated place. And I do want to see if I can get information on this, but I will be channeling that in the extended because I do want to get into the masculine and feminine messages. So in the extended, in the pinned comment, I will be diving deeper into specifically what this masculine is afraid of and what is being cleared out for him. By the way, in the word scramble, the words raise, belong, and attack came out. With raise, I heard ray of hope. I see someone metaphorically feeling as though they're in some kind of a dark cave and there's some small ray of hope, but then part of them is wondering whether it's kind of like a mirage in the desert. Like, am I imagining this? I heard hopeless romantic. Like, am I just imagining that this light exists at the end of this tunnel? Is it just a never-ending tunnel? Am I just hoping for light because I've been in the darkness so long? And this could be someone focused on some kind of a karmic situation that involves a female or feminine energy, because woman holding a coin came out here. This could be a platonic or romantic situation. It could even be a family member, but this person represents some kind of a karmic cycle. With the words belong and attack, I heard, I feel that I belong with you, but I also feel as though I'm under attack, which is kind of an interesting message. I want to get more information here, or I feel like we are under attack, I am under attack, our connection is under attack, something like that. I know it's kind of a dramatic wording, but I feel like this person does feel that strongly about this situation. So how does this person feel under attack? How does this person feel under attack in this twin flame connection? Angel of love in the reverse. Something to do with not fully feeling worthy of unconditional love, or not fully connecting with their own self-love, which of course the yin yang card, guys, this has to be a twin flame connection, whatever we're dealing with, because I've gotten both cards that I most strongly associate with twin flames, and I will get into that in a second, but I just also saw the number 1919 on my recording timer, so you guys know I like to look up specific angel numbers as they come up during the reading, so I'm going to channel a message from that number. A message from your angels that a cycle or phase is coming to an end. Wow, guys, if that isn't synchronistic, considering we were just speaking about karmic cycles, a dark kind of winter, a challenging phase coming to a close, being cleared out. So unworthiness of love or lack of self-love leading to some kind of a twin flame disconnect. I heard separation. So someone could be in a period of separation, which of course I did a video yesterday on twin flame separation, and I really prefer to refer to it as perceived disconnect because there is no true separation between twin flames. But someone is in this situation of disconnect in the 3D from their person as a result of something to do with love here, unconditional love, door to personal healing and happiness. I am going to pull these messages together. I'm just trying to get a clear picture of what's going on. So whatever the situation is, I do see it healing and opening up, but there's something here for someone regarding a karmic situation that does involve a woman. This could be, I keep hearing mother. It could be a mother, a sister, a wife, a girlfriend. It could just be a female third-party romantic situation. It could be so many different things. But there's some kind of situation here where somehow I feel that this energy caused this person to somehow feel unworthy of unconditional love. For some reason, this will probably just be for one person, but I have to say this because I keep channeling this image of a mother who is causing a young child. I'm specifically seeing a young girl. I'm also seeing blonde pigtails or braids that might connect with someone who is like crying and feeling so lost, so confused. Even from a young age, it's like feeling this, she could intuitively feel this lack of love or some kind of lack of emotional support from a parental figure. I'm strongly getting like a mother, and I'm seeing her, it's like she's constructing these walls around her heart because it's like, I won't let anyone love me, but I also won't let anyone hurt me kind of energy. And whoever this is probably just one specific person, but you needed this message because it kept coming up. I'm hearing something for you here that you need to hear. What does this person that I'm connecting with need to hear? I'm hearing you were always worthy of the love that she couldn't give you. You constructed these walls to survive, but it's time to deconstruct them. You're not breaking down, you're breaking open. This pain you're feeling is going to transform into something different, something better. You experienced this feeling of entrapment in order to free yourself. You experienced this lack of love in order to learn and integrate unconditional love into your being in a more profound way than anyone that you know. I'm hearing it's like this is an essential kind of part of your soul mission. Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. What else does this person need to know? This is so hyper specific, guys. Bear with me if this message isn't for you. This may just be for one person here. What else does this person need to know? One more message. Weight of the world. Boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. Big picture thinking, visionary, inspired ideas. Keep moving forward, whoever you are, to those inspired ideas, that vision, that soul mission that you have, if you are connecting with this message. And I do see that you've been carrying around the weight of the world. With this card, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. It's like this person has been carrying a lot of pain that was never theirs, that was absorbed because they are highly sensitive, absorbed by people around them, potentially even, again, like a parent, such as a mother coming up here. I really hope whoever you are, that message reached you. Let me know if it did in the comments. And thank you to the rest of you who that wasn't connecting with. I don't normally channel such specific messages, but this person really needed to hear that. So I now want to get into both the divine feminine and masculine side of things. The thinking woman. Okay, so I strongly associate this card with a divine feminine's ego or more physical perspective. So clearly we are supposed to start with the divine feminine here. And remember, we're speaking from a very human kind of ego-focused perspective in this kind of 3D portion of the messages. So if these don't connect with you, you may be resonating more with the 5D higher self messages that we'll get into later. It's kind of a spectrum, and we can flip back and forth. We kind of shift from a 3D mentality to the 5D mentality. It's just part of being human. This may be happening more frequently for many of us on the planet right now, this kind of what I've called a vacillating between these highs of feeling these heights of love, connection, interconnectedness, unconditional love, and then kind of slipping back into this fear mentality, this anxiety, this uncertainty and pain. This is all part of the process of releasing this metaphoric poison from our veins, this kind of fear mentality, this limited kind of belief system, this what I call hurt activation. I will be posting a post on hurt activation versus heart activation on my Instagram as well, so you can follow me there at Magnetize Yourself. So the Patience card came out. There's something here with the divine feminine in the 3D needing to, I heard, relax into patience, surrender into patience. Not the kind of patience that is waiting for something to happen and stressing about it, but the kind of patience that is seeing through the illusion, continuing to step forward into your spiritual path and purpose, not knowing exactly how the timing is going to come together in the future, especially in regards to the twin flame connection. I keep hearing this message of even if you aren't sure of where things are going with your divine masculine, be sure to continue moving forward in your own spiritual path and purpose in this life, because you and him are divinely, eternally, unbreakably connected. Your soul's missions are intertwined, even if it doesn't appear that way on the surface. What does this divine feminine need to be patient about? The word bridge came out. I instantly heard you are a bridge builder in this world, bridging divides. There may specifically be some kind of divide between you and your person, either an age difference, a socioeconomic difference, a cultural difference, a geographical difference, deep cellular healing, physical and emotional healing. So specifically this divine feminine, I hear that her 3D self sometimes judges the real-time experience of healing and the messiness of that in the physical world. How is this divine feminine's 3D self judging the experience of healing? Self-love. So this divine feminine may have a really harsh inner critic at times. She may judge herself for these cards just keep flying. Purity. So this healing, this deep cellular healing, is like a beneath the surface energetic purification process happening within her. Integrating this new way of loving, this unconditional love for both herself, others, and her twin into her being. But I hear this is so invisible to her physical 3D self that at times she judges it. Or I heard the things that she sees of this process look very messy, confusing, potentially even would be labeled as negative. I'm hearing things like fatigue, negative emotional reactions coming up here from time to time. I don't think she's always in this space, but I think that from time to time, it feels very painful, very confusing to her. And the card Faith came out here. So she's really being guided into deeper levels of faith, trust, and surrender, specifically practicing self-love. I do want to read a little bit about this purity card. I've read about this before, but I feel there's another message here for us today. So this card says, understand your motives for doing what you are doing. The purity I refer to here is the purity of the silver moon on the unmarked snow. The simple purity of intention that nature demonstrates, the purity of one single purpose. I heard heart activation, keep radiating pure love in spite of the fear and pain of this world, potentially even the world around you, and at times I heard even the world within you. As you think of things that could have happened in this physical lifetime in the past, you may feel negative emotions arising, feelings of hurt, pain, betrayal, loss. These are coming up for a reason. Everything is happening within you and externally around you for a divine purpose, for the purpose of allowing this purification process within you. And by purification, I mean clearing out these limiting beliefs, clearing out this fear mentality, these frequencies of fear and pain and loss, and opening you up to more profound levels of unconditional love that you can then feel both within you and radiate outwards as well. If you are struggling with these feelings of hurt and loss, negative emotions arising through this process, know that, first of all, this is completely normal and natural. Again, healing is never linear. But secondly, I would really recommend establishing a morning meditation practice. I most recommend doing this right after awakening, because this is when the subconscious mind, which is connected to the energy, is the most open and impressionable. Personally, I like to meditate 15 to 20 minutes at least first thing upon awakening. I always say this, but be sure to tune into yourself before tuning out into the world, because you do have all of the answers within you. But I am seeing with those words that came out earlier, under attack, this feeling of negative emotions arising within, potentially external people or forces involved. It's very important to get clear on what your desires are for you, for your life, for this connection, and how you truly feel, because that inner feeling, that inner knowing, is the compass of your life and this twin flame connection. I've also created a twin flame heart chakra activation that is really powerful for assisting you in clearing out these negative frequencies, limiting beliefs and ideas. And a card just flew out. And really allowing you to radiate that pure, unconditional, loving frequency, which of course then opens us up to manifesting communication, manifested physical interaction in the 3D, and of course 5D experiences with our twin flame. I personally listen to this whenever I feel these negative emotions arising within me about my twin. One time I was even listening to this by myself after kind of a negative interaction I had had with my twin. And I listened to this for about 5 or 10 minutes, and immediately I felt this shift within me from this fear, from this kind of pain mentality into love. And he texted me right as I was listening to it to apologize for whatever we had been arguing about. We are in union, but we do still have negative triggers come up from time to time. And this just shows when you make those internal shifts within yourself, when you shift into a frequency of love and dissolve that frequency of fear, very powerful changes can take place very quickly in the physical within your twin flame connection. So the link to this twin flame heart chakra activation will be in the pinned comment as well. And as I've been speaking here, the thinking man reverse came out. So clearly it's time to speak to the divine masculine who may be in his ego in some ways or at certain times, just as of course the divine feminine is. The reason I say this is because the thinking man is reversed. And for some reason, I instantly heard this as, okay, there's kind of a complex message here. It's like, as this divine masculine is in the process of releasing his ego, going through this ego death, ironically, there may be moments where that ego seems to spike, times where it feels as though he is very much focused on the physical kind of matrix world, or very much in his ego at moments in time. The word running, ironically, also came out in the word scramble, and also the words report and bag. I felt that report and bag might actually be connected to something that this masculine or a masculine I'm connecting with does for work. It could involve using a bag, or it could involve writing reports for something. I heard police reports that might connect with someone. But anyway, I'm hearing it's like what you need to know, divine feminine and divine masculine, for those awakened masculines who are listening to this as well, is that if you have these moments of the ego seeming to step in, and I heard try to protect, these kind of spikes in ego that may come up from time to time don't mean that this healing process is not taking place, or this ego death, spiritual awakening is not taking place. In fact, it may be the opposite. Because this ego death is happening, the ego at times may be fighting for its survival in the wake of its demise more so than ever. Also, this masculine I'm connecting with may be feeling very alone or very isolated at times, with the community card in reverse coming out here. In the extended reading, I am going to channel more specifics on how this masculine's ego may be flaring up at times and how this might be playing out in the physical. So again, the link to the extended is in the pinned comments. But I want to know why this masculine is feeling alone lately. The words quarter, common, and tip came out if that resonates with someone. I heard with common, I feel as though I don't really have anything in common with other people around me anymore. So there might be a masculine who, going through this spiritual awakening, is beginning to kind of, I feel like I'm waking up to these relationships in my life, these friendships in my life for the first time, and realizing, I just hear him saying, I don't have anything in common with these people. I feel like I don't even know these people, which of course is a very strong sensation that we tend to get through a spiritual awakening process. As we release all of the facets of our ego from our life and align with our soul, very often we begin to realize many of our relationships, friendships, work relationships weren't aligned as well. Wow, guys, the yin yang card came out here again, as well as the I'm sorry card, which actually came out in the last reading as well. This card says defenselessness, riding past wrongs, uprooting. And the fifth chakra came out here as well, which of course is connected with the throat chakra, communication. I heard, I want to tell you that I'm sorry. Why isn't this masculine saying that he's sorry, or is he saying that? It might be different depending on your situation. Some of you may have greater levels of communication coming through here than others, but I do feel this sense of apology from a masculine here. I heard, like, I want to make things right. Door to personal healing and happiness. So this could either be a masculine who is, and the temple path reverse came out here as well. I heard, like, I'm sorry I couldn't see it sooner. I'm sorry I couldn't see our connection for what it was sooner, with the temple path reversed. And I'm sorry for the frustration and pain that could have caused you. But I am in the process of healing, which at first will look like a kind of messy uprooting of my life. It's going to feel messy to me, and it might look confusing to you as well. But trust that things are coming into balance. I feel some kind of breakthrough in communication happening here. It's a very good indicator that the yin yang card was in the upright position, because this really shows a powerful shift into harmony, into union, into balance. How is the masculine healing, or what is coming into balance here? How is the masculine coming into balance here? Realization. There's such a strong message through these cards of this masculine realizing the truth of this connection, like waking up to the realization of the divine truth of this twin flame connection. He may have even come across the term twin flames. I just see him really opening up spiritually to his own spirituality and the spiritual nature of this twin flame connection as well. Like having powerful realizations within himself and about this, about his twin as well. Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. So they're over and over through this reading, the message has also come out that this masculine may be grounding himself, whether he consciously realizes that's what he's doing or not. Focusing on the physical world around him, focusing on certain more physical aspects of himself or his life right now, but that's actually an essential part of his healing, because so much is transforming within him in the spiritual kind of realm, within his kind of spiritual body, energy body, because of course our body does exist at many different layers. The name Harry also came out here, shape and home. And I feel that because these powerful transformations are taking place beneath the surface, it's almost essential for this masculine to ground himself, which for some people in certain connections may actually look like on the surface a separation, which is why I always call separation a perceived disconnect. Because I feel for some, you may have a masculine who appears to be separating himself somehow, appears to be unconscious, but is actually appearing this way because he's developing such a deep level of consciousness and having all these profound kind of spiritual realizations within himself that he has to remain grounded in his physical world because so much is changing internally for him. And I do feel these things manifested will change for him over time as well, this physical 3D world. If you are in a separation, I do see this changing over time. But for now, it's like this masculine has to allow this process of transformation to take place beneath the surface, which requires a level of grounding. Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So this could be grief related to this masculine's own ego death within his life, grieving past versions of himself that he is now letting go through this spiritual awakening. This could also be grief directed toward the divine feminine. Whether he's speaking this or not, this could be a feeling like, I had to feel as though I was losing you in order to fully appreciate you. That's kind of what I'm getting from a masculine here. Although again, this will vary depending on your situation. Healer of the Ages reversed. Yes, so many healing cards coming out here. This masculine, well, really this is being reflected because for the feminine, we talked about deep cellular healing taking place. But I feel that someone here listening is being reminded this healing is being reflected, being mirrored between both the feminine and the masculine. So if you're listening and kind of feeling as though, I don't know if my twin is healing the way that I am healing, that is just your ego trying to create separation that doesn't exist, trying to perceive difference, trying to almost elevate itself like I am on this spiritual path, but they aren't waking up. That is all an illusion created, constructed by the ego, because the truth is mere reflection between twin flames. Shared soul evolution and expansion, constant energetic support of one another, regardless of what is happening on the surface. Passion for purpose from the Rumi Oracle. I'm going to read a little bit about this card from the guidebook. This is also the number 2 card, which I feel is significant considering 222 is a very strong twin flame angel number. Love like life flows through the heart. Feel the thrill of the flow and say nothing. Rumi. Wow, what a beautiful poem. And I hear this connected with the 5th chakra, the throat chakra, communication. If you are in a situation where you feel as though things aren't moving quickly enough in the physical, or communication you are longing for does not appear to be coming through, you are clearly being guided through this poem to allow yourself to activate that heart chakra center, to feel that love flowing through you, being given to yourself, radiating outwards towards others, and yes, of course, your twin as well. But then rather than allowing the ego to push you into some kind of a fear-motivated action space, taking action too soon, rather than switching into how can I manifest this in the physical by moving, by doing, allow yourself to simply feel into it, to experience this love connection energetically, spiritually, to cultivate that inner world of love connection between you and your twin that always exists because you are always energetically connected, rather than fixating on how is this going to happen in the physical. I'm going to go ahead and close this reading here. So the link to the extended messages where we will be getting into more channeled specific love messages from both the divine feminine and divine masculine, as well as of course addressing all of the questions that came up throughout this reading. The link to the extended is in the pinned comment under this video. If you would like to explore the twin flame subliminals, I would recommend for this reading in order to clear out negative vibrations, limited beliefs from your mind, from your being, and remagnetize you for love, for giving and receiving true unconditional love from your twin flame, and therefore manifesting more physical 3D union experiences in your life with your twin. I will leave a link to my twin flame heart chakra activation subliminal in the pinned comment under this video as well. This comes from my website soundandsoulful.com, and on this website you can access over 100 subliminals I've created for all areas of life. Subliminals are the single most powerful tool, in my opinion, to shifting your vibration, shifting your energy, and manifesting very quickly, both in the twin flame connection and other areas of life, because they address blocks, limiting beliefs, and negatively stored ideas in the subconscious, which is actually a reflection of the energy field. So you can try out this twin flame heart chakra activation or any of the more than 100 subliminals I've created free for 7 days by creating a free trial account on my website. All of that information is linked below as well. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in Monday's reading.